Alright, this is a video on how to play barbarian and the only way to play barbarian if you actually want to do damage. I'll be making a video on my warlock as well, like later, but for now I'm just going to be teaching everyone that actually wants to get good at the game and do good damage how to play warlock. I mean, not how to play barbarian. I'm not going to cut the video because I can't be asked editing, but this is like the only way to play barbarian. Alright, hold up. What comp am I on? Alright, this shit bugs out, so let me change it. Alright, first things first. You need to know how to animation cancel. So you want your powers to be looking like this ideally. Punishing Charge, Bloodletter, Frenzy. For daily you mainly want Crescendo. Unless you're on something like you can have on Avalanche of Steel, but unless you're on like in Zemnid or some shit, you don't really want to use it. You want Relentless Slash and you want Brash Strike. These are the feats. And you can run Trample because it like obviously boosts your damage and boosts your teammates' damage as well. That's melee. And Raging Strikes is obviously just damage. But if someone on the team is already using Trample, you could go to Impatience. I like to use Impatience. So this is ideally the setup. I mean, don't worry about the build because I really only have like a real M-Slot build. These are the boons I use. I mean, all this stuff is pretty much useless for now. It's just, I'm just going to be showing you how to actually play Barbarian. Okay, the first thing that you want to learn how to do is animation cancel. So you want to be using your, what is this shit called? Relentless Slash. So if you're just holding down your Relentless Slash, it will swing like this. But if you hold, let's just say W and A, and you tap Shift, it should cancel, and you should be doing something like this. And you don't need to be holding WA. You can be holding, let's just say, A and S, and you'll get something like this animation, like where it spins you backwards, but you're still going to be hitting the boss. Like, let me show you. Like, see, I'm turning backwards, so I'm still hitting. And you ideally want this type of speed where you're just about to swing, but you cancel it with a shift. If you see the swing, it's fine. It's not that deep, but you ideally want something like this. Okay, that's step one. Once you have the animation cancel part down, the next thing you want to start putting in is your punishing charge. And same thing, let's just say you're holding down your animation cancel hitting the boss. You just want to tap E and you'll see it like a little headbutt. Wait, I have on infinite encounters, let me turn that off. You ideally want to see like a little bump. Like you see that little bump, it just like bumps him and you can carry on. And the next thing that I see barbarians that don't know what they're doing do is look at your rage. If you have on the right power, I mean the right feats, you ideally want to be using escalating rage because this leaves you in rage for longer and it gives you more damage, right? If you don't have escalating rage, it's just like nothing there. If you have it and it's activated, you'll see it like glowing and spinning and shit. Like it'll be flashing basically. And the way you activate it is basically you want 6 crits, right? So let's just do it. Okay, you see it glowing now? It's like flashing yellow and orange, right? Once you see this flashing, you have escalating rage, and that means that you'll be in rage for longer. Like, it's just way longer than what you'd normally have. Okay, wait, let me just hit the boss and then let me show you what it's like if you don't have it. Okay, let's just put it up to max, because that's what it was at before. Okay, now let me just leave the boss. let me just show you a little bit more of the timing that you want to be using. And like I said, you don't have to use W and A, it's just what I use, but you can use W and D. You can use S and W and S, and you can still be doing the same thing. Like, it's just up to you. Okay, I don't have escalating no more because it's not like glowing and flashing. And look how fast it runs out. Like, compared to when I had escalating rage, I could have done so much more. Okay, those are the two main things that you also need to know. How to get escalating rage and how to animation cancel correctly. And the ideal rotation that you want to be doing is something like this, where you punishing charge, animation cancel, bloodletter, and once you see it glowing, you want to rage. You want to rage and frenzy, because of course the frenzy does more damage once you're actually in rage. You can also switch it up, and let's just say, like for example, your bloodletter's on cooldown, you have no rage meter at all, and you have a frenzy, then you could do a frenzy like there's like no problem, and then you can just be doing it, get rage again. You only want to rage if it's escalating rage, and then you just bloodletter, because your frenzy and bloodletter does more damage once you actually are in rage. So you ideally want to save at least one of them. The other thing to know is you actually get rage faster if you use your brash strike. So sometimes, let's just say your RE call is coming up, you're low on rage, you could just do like this, and then like something like that, and then you'll get rage a lot faster. You could even do two, like you'll just get it a lot faster. Okay, the next thing that you want to do, wait, I'll just do the rotation once again so you guys can understand. So something like this, and let's just say you have escalating, then rage and frenzy, and then you can carry on with your shit. So this is something like what I would do against a boss. When you're in rage and you use your, okay wait, let me get infinite power-ups, because there's little things to everything. Okay, when you're in rage and you do the same thing, hold down your brash strike and you want to press your E, and you don't want to be animation cancelling. Some people you can jump around, make it a lot like just flashy or whatever, but when you press your E, you don't want to be cancelling it because it makes it slower, and then you're just losing out on damage. Another thing that you can do is, so let's just say this is bloodletter, right? And then you can be attacking, but a way to make bloodletter a little bit faster is if you jump straight after, because it cancels the animation and then you can just get back to hitting a lot faster. People use macros and keybinds or whatever they use, but I don't think it's worth it, because like I said, if you want to be cancelling your bloodletter and you want to be jumping around and shit, and let's just say there's a boss attacking you and shit, there's a red circle on the floor, you can be still hitting and you can dodge it by like just jumping around. And when you jump around, it's the same shit. Hold down W and A or W and D, and you can be like rotating around the boss while still attacking, right? And keep in mind, you only want to rage if you have escalating, if you see it glowing. So that's pretty much all you need to know about the basics, I guess. And now this is a RE call, okay? So ideally you want to be doing a whole rotation, right? So you want to do something like punishing charge, frenzy. Oh wait, let me take off infinite. Frenzy, bloodletter. Let's just say you're attacking. Then you want to RE, rage, and you ideally should have everything back. And then you can just go basically. Okay, wait, I low-key messed up, so let me do it again. Maybe I'm just thinking about MSOD and that's why I messed it up. But you can basically make the cooldowns go down a lot faster if you just have everything. So while the RE comes back, I'll just explain it again. So you wanna do your whole rotation, which should ideally be frenzy. No. Punishing charge, frenzy, bloodletter. You wanna RE, rage, and you should have everything back, I feel like, or close to being back. Okay, no. Scrap everything I said. Okay, So this is how you want to art your right. So let's just say you have everything right. You have escalating rage now. You want to RE, rage, punishing charge, frenzy, bloodletter. You want to mount, crescendo. Then you wanna mount, and then I'm not sure if it's bugged or something, but it normally resets your cooldowns. Wait, let me try that again because I think it's bugged. Okay, yeah. So the timers normally go down if you ult, but I don't know why it's not doing that. Unless I'm bugging right now, but everything should be back after you mount. And then after you do that, you should still be in rage, and you can do the whole rotation again. So punishing charge, frenzy, bloodletter. You never really want to use your other ult, avalanche still. And that's pretty much everything. I mean, I guess I can show you my MSOD build. I mean, okay, wait, hold up. This is the only real build I have. Oh wait, I can't change that, let me show you. Bro. Okay, so this is my MSOD build. With this build, I cap everything except for 0.2 accuracy, which is not that deep at all. I could use better REs and make a build around that. That's why my iron level is so low. And another reason it's so low is because my mounts, I mean my collars and insignias are on my warlock because I've been working on that recently. But you ideally just want to be using this setup. If you're using ST, you want this setup. These are my boons. These are my companions. Like I said, I only have a real MSOD build. Everything else is a little bit scuffed. MSOD you want to be using Providence, and this is the best mount in the game for damage. Uh, 4 colors, I forgot what you need to use, but I can just tell you the basics, I guess. I will make a build video eventually, but you want to be using 2 tacticians, 1 artificer, 1 cavalry, and 1 executioner. But this is ideally what you want to be using. I can go in the training room and just show you guys what to do once again, I guess. But yeah, if you want to be actually doing high damage on barbarian and actually learn the class and master the class, this is essentially what you want to be doing. Okay, I just messed up. But I need to get cooldowns, max AP. I can show you the RE cool once again, I guess. And then let's just say you hit the boss a little bit. You want to RE, rage. Your RE should be releasing your cooldowns a little bit. Then you want to mount, crescendo, and then mount. And then you should have everything back again, and then you can do the whole rotation again. Cancelling frenzy is a little bit tough, so you can basically just let it run, and you eventually get the gist of how it works. So you don't really want to be cancelling frenzy. Like, you can just hold down your at will the whole time, and it will just cancel by itself back to the at will after frenzy, like when it's like done, I guess. And then punishing charge, remember you want to be holding down. Okay, basically the whole time you want to be animation cancelling around this speed. And then you want to be pressing all your encounters. Like, for example, I'm doing this, and then I put my encounters to my mouse button 4 and 5, just so it's easier for me to jump around and use them. So you ideally just want to be, like I said, holding down WA, typing shift to get the perfect animation cancel speed, and then pressing your encounters. Like, for example, I'm just going to press E now, and it just taps the boss. And then I can press R, not R, my mouse button, and it does a bloodletter. And I jump right after because it saves time. And then once I have rage, I just frenzy. And then you can do the same thing again. So it's all about just being efficient, I guess. You might not be good straight away, but if you put enough practice, everything will be easy. And I'm not the best barb in the game. From what I've seen since I've been playing the game, I might be like top 5. like I said, it's from what I've seen. There might be some barbs that are way better than me, but I just haven't seen them. But this is ideally what you want to be doing. So let's just say you have a full rotation now. You have rage escalating. You want to RE, rage, punishing charge, frenzy, bloodletter, owlbear, crescendo, and then you want to date, and then you want to mount, and then you should have everything back. But for some reason, it's not setting my shit back. So yeah, that's basically just how to play Barb. You can look at the feats, you can read everything, and just get a better understanding yourself. But I haven't really read everything. I just started playing the game. People told me what to do. People helped me out, and I just kind of figured out shit by myself. But this is really the only way to play Barb if you actually want to be doing damage. Oh yeah, and if you want to know my buffs, I use these. And remember, the bloodletter can be cancelled a little bit faster. And also remember, I'm about to end the video, but also remember that you don't have to hold W and A. Like sometimes, okay, so if you hold W and A, even though your animation cancelling, it moves you a bit to the left. But let's just say if you move a bit to the left, you might get hit. Then you can start doing, what's it called? What I like to do is W, D, and S. And then sometimes I use WD to go to the right. I use all of the bottom keys if I just want to be standing still in the middle. And this all just makes you hit the boss and moves you in different directions. If you play it enough, you will get the timing down and you will eventually get really good at Barbarian. Which I hope, of course, all you guys do get to do. Alright, that's it. That's how to play Barb. I'm gonna end the video.